cut your top part off, but then on the root end, you want to leave the root on. So just cut a small amount off, but leave the root on, because when we typically cut onions, we cut so much off of it, and then when we start chopping, the onion starts to fall apart because you cut the root off, and that's not going to keep it together. Okay? Then what I typically do is I put the root end up in the air and then cut it down the middle and work with the halves. Because of the fact that the onion, sometimes the skin is so hard to pull off, I split it in half to make it easier for my hands because my hands are small. Okay? So tonight we need onions diced for the chili. So that's actually going to take 3 steps to do instead of just 1. Okay? So what you're going to do is your root end, you want to face out. And then you're going to take the tip of your knife and go about 3/4 of the way back and just put the tip of the knife in and pull it straight down. Put it in, pull it straight down. Okay, and depending on how thick or how thin you want the onions to be will determine how many cuts you're going to make. Okay, so that was the first part. Then you're going to go across the very top of it and just slice about 3/4 of the way back. I'm going to do that twice. Okay? Then you're going to come across the top. Okay? And then that gives you your square, so you don't have to keep going back and redoing it and reworking it. Okay? Then you take your other bits and just chop those off. And kind of just rework those little bits and pieces into everything, okay? Now, when you are cutting tonight and sliding your product over, when you slide your product over, turn your knife upside down, okay? The back of your knife, the spine of your knife is flat so that you can push. The blade of your knife is supposed to keep its edge, but when you push with it, it rolls your blade and makes your blade dull. Okay, so when you chop, turn it over and push it. That's why the spine is flat like that for you to slide. Okay, if you're gonna do onions for say like sauteed onions for a hamburger or for a steak, and you just need strips, with that one, you're gonna take your root end off of that side, and all you're gonna do is just cut straight down. Keep your fingers tucked in. And then when you get to a part where it's hard to hold on to, flip it down. And then go right up the side. Okay? Wow. And then that way you got everything nice and uniform, everything cooks evenly. It looks like you want it to look. Okay? Anybody have any questions?